We are not late by, 4 minutes. Nobody's watching anyway. Who cares if we're late? We will get started in just a moment with this live stream of the latest episode of or GITN podcast.
Whatever this shit's called.
Whatever it's called. I did run into a fan at the bar.
Our one fan.
Obviously, he didn't watch because he said, "Do you know Travis?" I said, "Yeah, I know Travis." And he said, "You watch his podcast?" I said, "Kind of." Yeah, I watch it. I got a front row seat for that shit.
Who was it?
It was there Saturday night. The guy with the beard rides the bike. The Indian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I watch it. Every time it's on, I watch it.
I always tune in.
I'm always there.
Good, bad, or indifferent?
I said, yeah, I'm kind of on it.
What do you say?
He said, oh, okay. Thanks for the follow. But not the view.
I mean, it's something, man.
It's something. We'll take it.
Fuck it.
We'll take anything at this
point.
point.
I cussed within 2 minutes.
That's all right.
What if we ever actually tried that, if it would work?
You want to make this a clean podcast?
There's absolutely no way that would work.
It'd be a literal, I don't know, minute and a half podcast.
Hey, your mom's here.
My mom's here.
I would give it 5 minutes tops.
Hello, mother. What?
I would give it 5 minutes tops.
We'd probably break YouTube. They probably wouldn't know what to do. The algorithm would just start.
We get like 1 million views.
Shit.
We have like 700 fucking people watching, and then like we're like, well, shit, and then
the bottom would fall out of that bitch. Yep. But tonight we're doing cryptids. Some weird cryptids.
Excellent.
We figured we'd.
Are there any normal ones?
Well, we'll get into that a little bit. I categorize it two different ones.
Fair enough.
You know, plausible and then out of your fucking mind. Those are my two categories of cryptids.
That's two pretty broad strokes.
Right. But I paint with a big brush. I have a big brush.
Roller.
I have a power one of them
The spray guns.
Yeah. So that's what we're covering tonight. We will get started in just a moment, or whenever I damn well feel like it. We could sit here.
I missed my mouth.
That's what she said.
Not recently. I say we start it. Fuck it.
All right, fuck it. Let's start it. And the intro, please. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the GITN podcast, where we cover true crime, paranormal. Tonight, cryptids. That's what we're talking about tonight. Funny creatures, weird creatures, strange creatures.
Politicians.
We're covering Hitler.
Hey, the down shadow worked.
Isn't that
we have chins?
Isn't that a new wave band? Down Shadow? It
should be. It shouldn't even be a new wave band. It should be like an alt rock band from the early 2000s.
Badass fucking name for a
vis-a-vis. I don't know. Insert alt rock band from the early 2000s. Smile, Empty Soul.
There you go.
Good, decent band. Decent. Alien Ant Farm.
Alien Ant Farm. Might have did. Didn't they do Billie Jean? Or
no, they did Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal. That's what it was.
Which is the one everybody listens to, even though fucking Movies is a better song.
Oh, did you? I saw on TikTok or Facebook or one of them a nice little rumor.
What?
Because you know you can believe everything on fucking the internet.
Oh yeah.
Apparently,
Wikipedia for sure.
Diddy has been keeping Michael Jackson
alive.
He's alive, and he's hiding.
Oh my
he's
god,
in the mansion.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Apparently, Beyonce is spilling the beans, just not spreading her legs.
Well, Beyonce is one of the celebrities that like escaped the United States.
Oh,
you seen that? Like it was like her, Jay-Z, Kanye, and a couple other people in the music industry. Like just kind of left.
Might be smart.
Probably. I mean, especially poor Justin Bieber. That poor kid.
I feel. I hated the kid. Honestly.
But nobody deserves any of
but
that shit that may have happened to him.
Now I feel so. Now it explains a lot of his behavior.
If I was your boyfriend.
But
go ahead.
But it explains if any of that is even remotely 10% of it is true.
Mm-hmm.
It explains a lot, and you can't hold him accountable
For some of his actions.
Yes.
Like pissing in that mop bucket.
Well, who hasn't done that? I mean,
yeah. You know, I prefer to do it before I use the mop bucket. While we're here, since we're streaming on YouTube and we do things on YouTube, I have to say a shout out. No, I don't want to say shout out, but condolences to the family of and R.I.P. to Dingo Dinkelman. He passed away.
Okay.
He was a herpetologist and an activist for
Herpetologist? Does that mean he studied herpes?
reptiles.
Oh, okay. So,
But he was a very well-known activist and YouTuber of mostly venomous snakes from South Africa who succumbed to a venomous snake bite. Which, unfortunately, well, I will say, he may have had a much better. He was playing with fire because apparently, venom in snakes is very much, well, it's gonna fuck you up either way, but the severity of which is very much dependent on your allergy level to that venom. And apparently, he had a very high allergy level to certain venoms. Because the other two guys I watched, they got bit by cobras, and they're just missing parts of their fingers.
I mean, the ultimate fuck around and find out.
It's true, yes.
I mean,
but he was like the big brother of the snake community on YouTube.
I mean, part of me wants to say, really, dude? What do you think we're going to have? But, you know, you can being a compassionate man, because I love humanity.
Well, yeah.
I love people.
And he left behind, I think, like a wife and like 3 kids or something like that.
I'm a people person. So you have to have some empathy for this.
Yeah.
You can't crack jokes.
So, R.I.P. to Dingo Dinkelman.
This is why I don't fuck with those things.
What else?
Snakes, don't do them. Spiders, don't do them.
Brian Shaw got inducted into like the Athletic Hall of Fame or some shit like that.
Really?
Along with like Kat Zingano and Phil Heath, I think. Some other people. Saw that today.
I was listening to I'm fascinated by Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, baby! Lightweight, baby!
I mean,
it's time to bleed!
The man is phenomenal. To be in the situation that he's in and still have the positive attitude that he has is I hurt too, and I bitch and moan compared to what he does.
And he's got like the black equivalent of Dusty Rhodes' voice.
Yeah. But I was listening to podcasts. Who was it? The Jay Cutler podcast. I saw he was on there. I said, I love me some Ronnie. So I won't listen to what he's going to walk in 2 years. He has that mindset. He will.
I mean, he's moving around a lot more. He is walking, isn't he?
He needs those.
I thought he was off those.
No, not yet. He said in a year he'll be just on a cane. 2 years he's going to be walking. And he gets a bad rap because everybody goes, that's what steroids do. No, these were botched surgeries.
And squatting 800 pounds.
Well, this is how fucking
regularly.
Crazy this dude was. Blew out a disc squatting 900 pounds and just stopped squatting. I'll go do leg presses. And did some hack squats. Didn't quit working out. He just stopped squatting as he blew out a disc.
Yeah. I love watching his reaction videos to like strong men and other bodybuilders and shit. He's like, oh yeah, that's good. That's good work. That's good work. He's really getting that stretch. That's a good work. Yeah, baby.
I could listen to him talk for days.
Mitchell Hooper's going for 505. I told you that earlier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's quite a feat.
That's heavy. What's that?
It's over 1,100 pounds because 500 kilos is over 1,100 pounds. Yeah. And it's at 501 right now. Even though I don't know where I stand on that fence.
Doesn't Thor have the record now?
Yeah, and I don't know where I stand on the fence of whether it's legitimate or not.
I don't give.
He did it in his gym.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was judged over Skype. by Magnus Vermagnuson. And I think if Eddie Hall's telling the truth, his dad is the one that weighed the plates.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that he faked the weight. I just feel like do it in competition.
Yeah, I think for it to be in a legitimate record.
I'm not saying he can't do it, and I'm not saying he didn't do it, but do this shit in competition.
To be official, I think you would have to be in competition.
Show your balls a little bit. Show your giant Nordic balls.
Giant. Humongous.
He's the mountain.
Yes. But
He's what was his actual name? The mountain.
On the show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit. Fuck.
I can't think of it. I can't even think of his brother's name.
The Hound.
The Hound. We got the mountain and the Hound. Anyway.
It's gonna come to me in the middle of this fucking show.
Just yell it out. That's how we roll.
What else is happening in the world?
Killed Tony Hinchcliffe's getting roasted right now.
For what?
Apparently he did some jokes at one of Trump's rallies, and
really
his jokes aren't going over very well.
You don't say.
I found them funny.
You don't say. Not really his audience.
But apparently the Democrats,
the far right. Oh, the Democrats are the ones going after him?
Oh, yeah, because he was at a Trump rally. Naturally, they're going to go after him.
Get the fuck over
I guess he
it.
made a comment, or one of his jokes was, I remember two of them. One of them I fucking thought was hilarious. He was talking about how Kamala, however you pronounce that hoe's name.
And before anybody makes any harsh judgments, they're both hoes.
They're both hoes.
Fuck.
They're both morons.
We don't like politicians across the board.
But
we are an issues and laws voting type of podcast, not a name voting type of podcast.
But he was talking about all the people who are supporting her or that ticket. He's got Swift and all these people, and he said, starting to sound like a Diddy guest list.
Oh man!
Ooh, I said, ooh, ouch.
I don't know. I saw something today. It was on like CNN and Fox News or some shit, and it was like Trump. It was a quote from Trump. It was like, "I've been campaigning for 58 days straight." No shit.
I'm tired.
It's kind of your job.
But
like, what else are you gonna fucking do right now?
But the one that they're really bitching about, they're leaving the fucking Diddy joke alone because they don't want to open that can of fucking worms. Let's be honest.
I mean,
fair enough.
Fair play, sir, as they would say in Ireland.
Ignore that one. Maybe it'll just go away. But I guess he was talking about, that he said we have a big island of trash floating around the ocean.
Yes.
Which we do.
Yeah.
He said, I believe the name of it is, I don't know, Puerto Rico. And they are hitting the fucking
Yeah,
roof.
I mean,
do they not?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe. That's what he does.
That's called a punchline.
Did they not see him at the roast of Tom Brady when he said that Kevin Hart's so short and black that his ancestors called picking cotton deadlifting?
Yes.
Like, he's pretty edgy. That's what he does.
But that's
and guess what? He said that that is a black joke, and the black males in attendance at that roast thought it was hilarious.
That's all that matters.
Or that one about fucking Bert Kreischer, where he said he looked like Liver King and had sex with the Tiger King and got beat by Rodney King and
ate at Burger King
every
day or something. Yeah, that was fun. But that's what he does. I mean, but that is a joke. The punchline, the best jokes, the punchlines lead you somewhere where you're not expecting. That's what makes you laugh.
Yeah, and he's known for being a fucking dick.
But you hear these people who don't understand comedy say, well, I thought a joke's supposed to have some truth in it. Well, it kind of does. It does have a little truth. There is a big island of fucking trash floating around the ocean. I believe it's in the Pacific, but that's a different story. About the size of Texas, I believe.
It's a good one. We should go live on it.
True.
There's no way they're charging us rent.
No.
They're like, this is my grill. The rack is made out of hypodermic needles. I get the most intricate grill marks possible.
I always got something sticking in my ass. I don't know why. Every time I sit down, I lay down.
Be like the Crack Fox from the Mighty Boosh. Have you ever watched the Mighty Boosh?
No, I have not, Travis.
It was an English comedy show back in the day, and they did the Crack Fox one time where the guy went to throw away the trash, and there was a giant pile of trash because he never takes the trash out properly.
Yeah.
And he climbed into it, and he found the Crack Fox that had like hypodermic needles on its fingers and like looked all rustic and beat the fuck up. And he was like, he picked up this used condom. He was like, "What's that?" He was like, "Those are my squishy boots." That would be us.
Don't worry, people, if you're listening or watching.
Eventually, we talk about
we
stuff.
We will get to Monsters or Myth, the world's weirdest cryptids. We will get to that.
Is there any other house
when
cleaning?
I damn well feel like it.
I am gonna fucking try to find the an interview to put on my episode next week. I just have to find a clear one.
But it's hilarious. We have been getting very serious on this podcast here lately. DB Cooper. I almost said DB Sweeney.
Yeah, yeah, we got real serious when I was talking about DB Cooper being Bigfoot or a time traveler.
We've done some conspiracy stuff. We've been heavier. It's not a fat joke.
Did some Scientology.
We're also
that was a two-parter. That was a twofer.
So I thought we'd lighten the mood and go some weird, crazy cryptids.
That works because I have no idea what I'm doing next week.
We'll better figure it out.
There's still time.
Yes.
There's always time. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow.
Don't stop believing.
Clinton, 94.
Sure, if you say so.
I don't even know if that was an election year.
No, I think he was 92. I think. Fuck. I was in college, so yeah.
Clinton every year.
92, 90.
Bill, not Hillary.
Wait, okay, let's see. Just count backwards for 4 years.
Well, 2020.
16.
So
12.
Yeah, it would have been 98.
12. That was his second term, 90.
Yeah.
No, he was
It
running.
would have been 96.
Yeah, 92 was
92, then 96.
Right, yeah.
Then it was...
whatever year was the moniker.
Then it was the bald chimpanzee for 8 years. What?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what did you just say?
GW?
Oh, okay. I thought you...
No, Jesus Christ.
I was already going, whoa. Well, it's been nice having the show. We are officially done.
No. Barack Obama's a saint.
You were talking about GW. Thank God.
Yeah,
Jesus.
And also, if you think about it
you.
Chronologically, after Clinton, how would it be anybody other than who it was?
I was thinking, God, we don't have any listeners. Or
No, I'm not talking
You're
about
talking
Barack
about
Obama. I'm
Bush.
talking about George W. Bush. The one that can't find a door.
Hey, but he can dodge a shoe, damn it. That was fucking hilarious.
I love how everybody gives Jeb shit, and I'm pretty sure George W. is the dumb brother. I'm pretty sure he's the one that they were having Thanksgiving dinner. He's like, "Daddy, will you pass the crayons, please?" He's like, "God damn it, son! One day you're gonna be president, and it's gonna be awful."
You think you could ask him what is the best tasting flavor of crayon?
Oh, he probably knows them by name. He could probably take that 64 pack and just rattle them off. Tickle me pink, macaroni orange.
All right, let's get to this cryptid shit before Travis gets us canceled. All right.
If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be me.
I believe we have 4 cryptids we're going to cover tonight. Not 1, but 4.
I only knew about 3.
I think, hold on, let me count. 1.
You gave me a very loose rundown of this.
1.
What comes after 1?
2.
Wait for it.
3.
Oh, so that's the one you're missing. Okay, so 4. If you also doing the one you told me about.
4. Yeah.
I didn't see a 4. There it is.
There's a 4.
You just forgot to make it bold. Idiot.
Well, here, I can do it right now. But we're going to do 4. And one of them...
It's a great song.
What?
By Psycho Stick.
What?
The band that made Beer. Beer is good. Beer is good. They also have a cover of, or a parody of Let the Bodies Hit the Floor that is I Can Only Count to 4. 1, I can count to 1, 2, I can count to 2, 3, I can count to 3, 4, I can count no more.
I think I've heard that. But yeah, we're doing 4 of the strange, weird cryptids. And here's earlier, if you were in the pre-show before we,
they weren't.
We hit the intro. I think I said,
like and share the video.
These are, in my opinion, you have the plausible and then the batshit crazy ones.
Every part of me, for some reason, just wanted to bite this fucking foam off my microphone. I think I've done that before.
Hey, whatever you do in your own time is your business.
Did I do that during that 4-hour podcast where we just got hammered?
If you want to put some phallic in your mouth and bite it.
This thing... That's not very... What the fuck? What are you... Winnie the Pooh? Or, well, Winnie the Pizoo, I guess. I mean, you know.
I'm just saying. But these are
The
the ones.
POOH.
These are the ones that I think are
Fun.
very, very are more urban legend-ish.
No, you don't say.
I mean, like Bigfoot.
The Mongolian Death Worm is
number
where we're
one.
starting. So, spoilers, I think is probably the most plausible out of this.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
More so than the Frogman.
We'll get to... Don't this...
I'm not saying he's on the list.
Okay. Anyway.
I would say more so than the Mothman.
Yes.
I think the Mothman's just a
Well-
bunch of bullshit. I think we've proven that the Mothman was literally just coincidental.
Well,
they saw a fucking
One of
owl.
these is tied directly to the Mothman.
Oh.
And we'll get to that.
Like a three-legged race type of scenario?
Well, I think there's...
Could you imagine being tied to the Mothman? I want to go to the town and see the Mothman with the big butt cheeks.
I've been through it several times.
Did you see the cheeks?
Nah. The way we go...
Apparently, the Mothman statue there has like a Cardi B booty,
Sweet.
and you can like rub it, and people take pictures
Smack
kissing it and shit. Yeah, and I want to get like I want to get like there's T-shirts in that town that you can get like
There's a
like the
museum.
Mothman sucked my dick and shit like that.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, like I got sodomized by Mothman.
Sweet. But, well, there is a connection, and kind of. But anyway.
You got sodomized by a cryptid? No, Mothman's what they call my Uncle Jerry.
But these are the ones that, like Bigfoot. Bigfoot is a cryptid that's...
Arguably one of the most plausible.
Even, I say Nessie is very plausible.
And it's just because they have a direct connection to something that has been on the face of this earth.
Right. And any aquatic cryptid is very plausible.
Yeah.
I mean, the Kraken.
It's just a giant squid.
Giant squid.
It's a real thing.
Real thing. And we know more.
Megalodon.
We know more.
Still alive.
We know more about space than we know about our oceans.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying the Megalodon's still alive. Jason Statham has never told a lie.
No. With Nessie, a lot of experts say
It's a plesiosaur.
there are probably channels that lead out of the loch into into the ocean.
Or into Middle Earth.
That is true too. Maybe
Or Hollow Earth. Middle Earth would be fucking
the Hobbit,
Lord of
and
the
shit.
Rings.
Yeah,
Which would be cool too. I'd be down with that.
Hey, we might have a Harry Potter reference later on.
Could you imagine if Sauron came riding out of the loch on Nessie?
Mm-hmm.
We'd be fucked. It would basically be just like the movie when he rides that fucking giant dildo dragon through the battlefield.
Now, would that be phallic?
Oh yes, 100%.
Okay.
What kind of dick do you think Bigfoot has? More human or more animal?
Probably. What is it? Which one? Isn't the pig have the corkscrew penis?
He does. They do.
Probably that.
Raccoons have bones in there.
Just not a boner.
No, it's a literal boner. Like it's a
Literal
bone. I think two.
I think we covered this on that one episode we did that one day
Probably.
where we just went off on that tangent.
So you don't think Bigfoot has a red rocket?
Maybe. I don't know.
That shit's girthy though. Probably smells like shit.
You saying he's in the anal play?
I'm saying the anchor man, Ron Burgundy, never told a lie. It
Statham?
smells like Bigfoot's dick. Yes, Jason Statham has never told a lie. Ron Burgundy has never told a lie.
Stallone's a lying motherfucker.
Abraham Lincoln never told a lie. Who else? As we've mentioned before, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Never told a
The
lie.
son of a plumber.
Never. Mike Tyson?
I don't know about that. Did he? Did he? Question mark. And also DIDDY? Question mark. Mm-hmm.
No, but these
That's
are
an interesting thought, though. I'm going to be thinking about Bigfoot's dick for weeks on end.
only you. But Bigfoot, I think, is plausible.
I don't see one. That's not a physically accurate depiction.
Any aquatic is plausible, except for the one that is on the one that is on this list, or the two that are on this list. Not plausible. Well, maybe, but these.
They're more plausible than the fucking orbs that Zach Bagans catches on a daily basis.
Oh, you mean the dust? Okay.
Oh, hot take. I was just talking about that fucking show the other day about how, like, if nothing else, the redeeming quality is how fucking hilarious it is when every time they go somewhere, they're like, this is where 17 children were decapitated with someone's bare hands, and 18 women were sexually assaulted and killed violently. Aaron, you're sleeping in here tonight. What, dude? Why, dude? Why me, dude? Because you do the most cocaine and you get the best reactions on camera. Duh, stupid. We talked about this in the van. Now go back to the van, eat one of your Go-Gurts, and shut the fuck up while I'm until I'm done.
How do you think you lost all that weight?
I doubt it was Go-Gurts. That makes me. That's a Diddy thing too.
It was the cocaine.
That's a Diddy thing too. From fucking Get Him to the Greek. He said, "Where's the string cheese at? Underneath the Go-Gurts? I don't see no Go-Gurts." I'll never be able. I said it last week. I'll never be able to watch that movie again.
Damn it. You know, but
fuck that dude.
But these cryptids are more. I want to go urban legend-ish.
I would venture to say that some of these, that's even stretching it.
And one of these, number 3, I think, on the list, goes more to extraterrestrial, more UFO type shit. So, but it gets lumped in under cryptid.
Blumped in?
Lumped.
Blumped?
Lumped.
Blumpkins?
No. Lumped with an L, as in.
Are you saying one of these things gave Bigfoot a blumpkin?
Maybe. It's possible.
They fucking silly strawed his little dog dick, his little red rocket, his lipstick, his Christmas light.
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right, since Travis spoiled the beans.
Mongolian Death Worm. This thing's a fucking interesting one, and we don't have any pictures, but feel free to look it up. This thing looks like a shriveled. This thing looks like Hitler's micro penis.
Well, we'll get into the description. It does vary
in size and shape and color.
And okay, basically, the Mongolian Death Worm is a massive blood red worm.
It's Bigfoot's dick.
Bigfoot's dick. It's said to live in the Gobi? Gobi Desert.
Don't disrespect my people.
Okay.
I'm not Mongolian, but
it is capable of spitting acid, Bigfoot's
dick,
or delivering an electric shock, and locals believe it is highly venomous. Which I would think spitting acid would be, venom.
Acid and venom are totally different.
Right, but, how much of a prick is this fucking cryptid? Spits acid at you.
It's venomous.
Venomous and give you electroshock therapy.
Yeah, that's overkill.
That's enough.
He's a super soldier.
Yes.
He's Goldberg and fucking, what was that shitty remake of Van Damme movie? Super Soldier, whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, Universal Soldier.
Yeah. Fucking Bill Goldberg. Wonder if he hurt anybody on the set of that movie like he did in the wrestling ring.
Hey.
Shout out to Bret the Hitman Hart.
Now here's the thing. Bret.
You going to defend Bill Goldberg right now?
It wasn't all Bret, or wasn't all fucking Goldberg. He was actually, there's a video, he probably concussed himself before that when he hit his head on, his feet were tangled on the ropes upside, and he fell and he went backwards and hit his head on either the pole or the stairs.
I heard it here first.
That was probably where he got concussed.
That's going to be our new.
Now, I'm not saying the kick did not land. But
quite hard.
Don't be a puss.
Yeah, I kicked in the head.
Hey,
in a sport that
Chris Benoit fell on his headbutt people from the top rope.
And look what happened with that.
The worst case of CTE ever. Made Aaron Hernandez look like.
Yeah.
I meant the head, not the crime.
I would have to put Benoit above Aaron Hernandez on this one.
Oh, really, both the crime and the.
What?
Both the CTE and the crime. I put Benoit above.
Yeah,
Hernandez.
The old crippler, the Wolverine.
Yeah, but let's get to the appearance of old Mr.
Bigfoot's dick.
Bigfoot's dick. The red-blooded American male Bigfoot dick.
Let me tell you something, brother. If you're going to come to the Gobi Desert and try to step on my fucking sand, I don't know, question mark, you're going to get Bigfoot's dick all in your face. He's going to spit acid at you. He's going to take you down with those 22-inch pythons.
Wow. Okay.
He's going to envenomate you with the tip of his Bigfoot-shaped dick.
Typically, it's reported to be between 2 and 5 feet long.
God damn.
That's a big dick.
Yeah, shit. Good for you.
Where's that fucking search term on Pornhub?
I'm sure it exists. You can search anything on Pornhub.
When we get it, when we're 100%, I'm searching on Pornhub Mongolian
Pretty much,
Death Worm.
you can search almost anything on Pornhub and it will come up with a result.
Shape is described as resembling a large worm or snake, possibly segmented.
So a worm.
Exactly. Color is said to be blood red with a darker color toward the pooper or the end. I'm assuming the worms poop out the back. I don't know. Does it have like 37 hearts like a worm? Did not go into that much detail. Let's talk about some of the. Let's talk about these character abilities that it has. Deadly venom, alleged to excrete a highly toxic venom that can kill humans and animals upon contact, as most desert creatures can do.
Upon contact?
Upon contact. Isn't there toads the same thing? They could do that?
Yeah, but my only thing, I'm pretty sure that would technically qualify as poison.
Instead of venom, correct. Because I believe venom
has to be introduced into the bloodstream.
I think we are onto something. I think we're calling bullshit on this. You are correct.
And yes, you're thinking of the cane toad.
Yes.
Very.
I leave it to you for all my nerdy shit.
A very invasive species in many places, specifically Australia. He
or she, I don't want to misgender the Mongolian Death Worm.
I think we can go with it on this one.
Does have an electrical discharge, not cottage cheese.
Maybe it originates from the Great Pyramids.
Possible. Some reports suggest that the worm can emit an electrical charge capable of killing from a distance.
Yeah, and I have a 7-foot-long schlong, and I poop fucking rainbows.
So if you are over here, it is over there. It'll pop its head out of, like any good red rocket, out of its burrow and throw a charge at you.
So it's a tremor. It's a graboid.
Well, Kevin Bacon may be the only person ever to see one of these. I don't know.
Well, does it have other variations?
I don't know.
Does it have an ass blaster version? That's a thing from the Tremor series. Yes, there's a version of a graboid that they called an ass blaster in the film. I believe it was the one where they were in Africa and it starred Jamie Kennedy.
I've seen Tremors, the original, and that's it.
You've never seen the second one?
No, I quit watching.
The second one's okay.
I quit watching after the first.
The second one's okay.
I mean, I can only take so much Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward.
5 now. I've watched all of them. I binge watched them one day, and I solemnly and wholeheartedly regret every fucking second.
As you should.
After the first one, after fucking what's his name, the Asian dude that ran the convenience store, worst on-screen death of all time. He just with fucking blood coming out of his nose. He looked like Mr. Miyagi, like after he did too much cocaine. Just bloody nose. Just okay. Bigfoot stick. Again, I do want to say though, the iterations I saw of this thing literally did look like one of those dicks that's like always inside of someone.
A non-circumcised dick?
And like the head just kind of pokes out of that little skin nub, that little roll.
The turtleneck, yeah.
Yeah, like the kind where you can keep your milk money in there when you're going to school so nobody steals it.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
There's a naughty pocket. It's a sheath, if you will. And then this thing's got fucking electricals and poison venoms and fucking, what is it, telekinetic too? That'd be some shit. If it spoke to you telekinetically, it came out and it's like, I'm going to electrocute you now. And you're like, please don't. And he's like, okay. I'm going to shoot acid on you now. I'd really rather you didn't. Whoa, okay. I'm going to envenomate you now. I'm good on that too. Oh, shit. I guess I could just bite the fuck out of you.
If he had a mouth.
That's the other thing. It's fucking like 25 feet long. Fucking bite people.
2 to 5
meters.
No, it said feet.
I thought it was meters.
About 2 to 5 feet long. It's not that big.
Fuck this thing. I hope it is real. I'll fuck this thing up. I'll beat the brakes off of this thing. I'll fucking toss this thing around like the Big Show at a midget wrestling event.
Well, usually it can be found on the surface during the warmest months of the year. So when it's warm, wait a minute.
So you just got a bunch of dicks flapping around? You got a bunch of fucking floppy dildo worms?
Hold on a minute. It's in the fucking desert. Isn't every day fucking warm in the desert?
No.
Every day?
No, not necessarily. There's Arctic deserts too. Like the Arctic tundra of like Canada and northern Alaska is considered a desert because of the lack of
vegetation
and actual like moisture. Because as you know, like if you're out in the survival situation, you just start eating snow, you will actually dehydrate yourself, you'll put yourself into hypothermia because it lowers your core body temperature. So there's not enough like precipitation. Condensation.
The amount of moisture in the snow is very low. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, it's cold, so your body has to heat it up. So it takes from your core body temperature to melt the snow as you ingest it. So although you might be giving yourself water, you are also putting yourself into a hypothermic
hold it in your
state.
mouth for a minute and let your mouth warm it up at a warm 98.6 degrees.
I mean, couldn't you just bite the bullet and piss on the snow?
You could. But then you have to mess up your name.
Yeah. This is a real dilemma. We got to get to the bottom of this.
All right. But, okay, so it's found in the warmest months at the surface. Prefers sandy environment, hence the word desert.
It's a fucking graboid.
Often hiding beneath the surface and emerging only on occasion or when it's warm out.
Does it hunt using seismic activity?
That would be tremors, no.
Does it have 9-foot long fucking tongues that come out and grab you? Does Kevin Bacon fear this thing?
Yes. Now, this is all folklore, and I did not find any really good accounts of this.
Well, yeah.
It's
have you
all
seen
legend.
the Mongolian tribes people? They're like the most stoic Native American or First Nations you could think of. They are. They're just like, oh.
But this legend has been passed down through the centuries. The Worm King. It's reported that the
Worm King. Is that what you just called it?
The Worm can kill.
Worm King was way better.
Leading locals to avoid certain areas out of fear.
Fair.
So, fair enough.
If you don't want to get envenomated and acid bathed.
Now, how did this get introduced to the western portion of the world?
Some stupid fucking adventurer, I'm gonna guess.
In the 20th century, a notable explorer, Roy Chapman Andrews, made this. He was basically a cryptozoologist, so much credibility there. He made it famous when he wrote a book, I believe. Basically he talked to these village people and wrote a book.
Was it called the Mongolian Death Worm? Because I think I saw a photo of it while I was making the thumbnail.
Probably.
What a creative name.
But there have been other more scientific expeditions to figure this out. Another cryptozoologist from the Czech Republic, I believe, Ivan Macquarie.
Mackerel.
Megan.
That
doesn't sound very Czech. Ivan sounds Czech, but
Mackerel
does not sound very Czech.
Meghan Markle.
Maybe that's her
maiden name.
Maybe
her maiden Markle.
Now he did use technology such as seismic tools and small explosives to attract.
These are fucking tremors, dude. I peaked hard as fuck, but these are goddamn tremors.
But
is this the inspiration for tremors? Did that happen to come up in your research?
Did not come up in my research.
I bet it is.
It probably is. But shockingly,
I don't think this is going to be very shocking.
These attempts, trying putting dynamite in the sand and using certain equipment.
He's the L. Ron Hubbard of cryptozoology.
Did not yield none. Not one fucking death worm.
I'm going to tell you something that might shock you to the core.
What?
I don't find that surprising.
No, I was shocked that
it's because of the death worm. It shocked you.
That's probably what it was.
I was poisoned about the whole thing.
I'm sorry. this is horrible. Some scientists believe that
all your hopes and dreams have been dashed by the GITN podcast. Your hopes and dreams of a 2 to 5 foot long Bigfoot cockworm with poison, electricity,
venom,
and venom. Or no, wait, acid.
Acid. That's right, acid.
It's overkill. It's like a fucking Pokemon. Mongolian Death Worm. Use acid bath. A critical hit.
Now, some scientists believe the death worm legend may have originated from sightings of other animals like some snakes or worms. Because 2 to 5 feet is not that wide. A cobra is 10 feet long.
That's initially what my mind went to. What type of... well, depending on the cobras, the king cobra is the longest venomous snake in the world. It can reach, I believe, upwards of like up to 18 feet tops.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What I want to know, what kind are there potentially any species of pythons that do or have lived in this area? That like a rock python type of deal.
We will look into that and get back to you.
No, we won't.
No, we won't, because I don't give that much of a shit.
This is the first thing my mind went to, is a fucking snake, just a gnarly ass snake that people back in the day were like, "Oh my, it had poison and it was electrical, even though we don't know what electricity is." See, that's the other thing. How the fuck? Like, when did they decide it's electrical?
I don't know. Maybe it's a descendant of the electric eel. Maybe it's when...
they still don't know how electric eels produce that electricity.
I do believe I know that. I heard that somewhere. I learned it on TikTok.
It's much akin to how they still do not know how spiders change their silk from a liquid into their strands that they make webs with. They do not understand the scientific reaction or whatever process goes on in their abdomens to make that happen.
We can't figure that out when we want to go to Mars.
I mean, yeah. Like,
put Elon on it. He'll figure that shit out.
It'll be like they have magic butts.
Now, you're the animal expert on this show.
They're like Lil' Kim. They have magic butts.
What animals are found in the desert other than scorpions?
In the Gobi Desert, I don't know. Because the Gobi Desert goes pretty far north as far as I believe.
I mean, I'm
so
sure...
it does get cold there. So you wouldn't really traditionally run into very many species of snakes.
Scorpions, yes, I would think.
Maybe. There could be... I don't know what's in the Gobi Desert. But like I said, the colder it gets, the less chance you're going to have of running into a population of cold-blooded animals, reptiles, shit like that. Right. The only worms I know of that are kind of fucked up like this are marine, like bobbit worms and shit like that. Like, you're only going to find those in marine habitats.
Right. See, I thought most
there could be
moisture based. I mean, they needed moisture.
Yeah, but I mean, I like I said, I don't know what the fuck is out there. There could be some type of subterranean, like what some people refer to as like an eyeless snake or lizard, because like there's lizards and snakes that do have eyes, but they're just fucking useless and tiny. And a lot of the lizards look like snakes because they barely have legs and arms, and they do live under sand and shit like that. But those aren't, like, in no way are going to breed this type of fucking lore.
But
maybe it's a stiletto snake just because I think they're cool.
There are some scientists that speculate that due to the extreme nature of the habitat, people could be hallucinating that, a mirage type thing of just a common creature that basically looks like a worm shooting out venom,
Bigfoot's dick,
glowing like with electricity, and spitting acid at you.
And at the same time, this is one of those areas where some shit like this could potentially not to this extent, but like some crazy shit that we don't know about could be out there. Mongolia is very sparsely populated once you get out of like the one major city. Like, there's not much in Mongolia. I mean, I could see some crazy shit coming out of there.
I mean, anything's possible, but I would think there'd be more stories other than just legend passed down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that.
I mean,
I'm not saying Bigfoot type sightings, but there would be more.
no, because it's just his dick.
Yeah.
Just Bigfoot's dick crawling around.
All right, let's get to number 2.
That's why we can never find either one of them, because they're off in the wilderness searching for each other. Like a zombie arm. Or like the arm from fucking, or the hand from, what was it? Idle Hands?
I don't know. I remember there was a movie with Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Was it called The Hand or something like that? Where he got his hand chopped off in a car accident and it came back.
I don't know. I automatically went to Idle Hands. Have you ever seen Idle Hands?
I don't think so.
It's pretty bad.
I might look that up.
What?
I might be misremembering.
I mean, it's spoopy season. They're all the scurry movies are on the streaming services right now.
That's true.
I watched Terrifier. Regret every second of it. It's not a good movie.
You know, I'm going on the True Blood marathon.
Have you seen Terrifier?
No.
A chick gets cut in half, upside down through the vagina.
Ooh.
It's just one of those. It's
splitting experience.
It's just. But yeah, it's one of those movies. It's one of those movies. It's just gory for the sake of being gory.
That's getting split.
Well, you ever
in
seen?
The vagina isn't that kind of overkill?
Have you seen All Hallows Eve?
Sounds familiar.
Because that was the original. Everybody talks about Terrifier, but that was the original appearance of Art the Clown, who was the character from Terrifier. But they're just stupid. It's just gore for the sake of gore. They're actually kind of funny. Like, it's an 1.5 hour movie of, like, get into fucked up situation, hit killer clown guy who just sawed your friend in half and killed like 4 people in front of your face before that. Hit him 1 time with the 2x4 and run away. Stab him 1 time in the leg and run away. No. Finish him.
That's what she said.
Fucking kill him, even though he can't be killed. Anyway.
Let's get to
Bigfoot's dick. Well,
I think it's solved. I think it's bullshit.
The Mongolian Death Worm doesn't exist. Bigfoot's dick might.
No. What it looks like, we don't know.
Probably like this thing from the pictures I saw.
Okay.
It looks like an uncircumcised penis with teeth that you like rubbed with a Scotch Brite pad and then squeezed lime juice on it to make it irritated and red.
Now, let's cover the next one, which is more
with the poison from Bigfoot's dick,
which is more interesting to us because this is nearby us, just 5-10 miles down the road. Maybe,
for better or for worse,
maybe 15.
As the crow flies.
The Loveland Frogman. It has been sighted in Loveland, Ohio, which is just down the road from us.
Bougie.
Not always. Matter of fact, we played them in high school football every year.
What's that supposed to mean?
We whoop their ass every year, but that's different.
Maybe I thought you were going a different direction.
Maybe if they had a frogman, they would have won a game.
That should be their mascot.
I think they did win a state title a few years ago.
I don't fucking know.
So. Generally, it's depicted as a humanoid frog or lizard standing about 3 to 4 foot tall, with leathery skin, webbed hands and feet, as you would think.
Is it a frog or a lizard? Because now we're crossing fucking lines here.
Well, we're going by people seeing this stuff at night.
Maybe they saw a juvenile and it was still a tadpole frog. It was a tadpole man and it had a tail.
Maybe it's possible. The first sighting happened in May of 1955.
Good year.
So was it 69 years ago?
Yeah.
A salesman, back then they had traveling salesmen.
Kirby vacuums.
Yeah, or encyclopedias. Look that up, kids, if you don't know what that is. It's called the internet. It was called my generation's internet.
If you don't have the money for the Kirby vacuum today, we can leverage your home.
But a salesman was driving along a dark road near Loveland, Ohio, at around 3:30 in the morning. What's he selling at 3:30 in the fucking morning?
Dick.
Maybe. He noticed 3 strange figures standing alongside the road. The creatures appeared to be talking to each other,
What?
in which he described as a croaking language.
So they were talking. They were talking to each other like the slee stack. What was a slee stack from fucking Land of the Lost?
Now this next part is where you lose me a little bit. This guy's story.
Oh, now you're getting lost here. Not
Yes.
the frog people.
Yes. Now.
This is just the fucking the beginning of the creative process of the old Budweiser commercials. Budweiser.
Probably. This gentleman, this traveling Willie Loman.
Bitter beer face.
Willie Loman himself. That wasn't his name.
Willie Loman.
Wasn't that the name of the character in what was that book?
I don't know how to read.
Anyway, the creature one of the creatures, or maybe all three, I can't remember, he reported that they lifted a wand-like object above their head,
God.
and the wand emitted sparks. So we are going full Harry Potter on our asses in 1955.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Not only are they frogs, they're wizard frogs.
What the
So, and I didn't get into this, but I've heard...
Ohio sucks, man. This place sucks.
I did hear different versions of the story a little bit to where...
And they all sucked.
One version was the man went to the police.
What the fuck are they going to do? They're going to put you in jail for being on drugs.
That's what they did. They thought he was drunk.
Yeah, look at that. Fuck around and find out,
So
stupid.
they put him in the drunk tank, and the next morning, he was still saying, "This is what I saw. I wasn't drunk."
Yeah, it's because he had a fucking flask of early times in his asshole.
A little Everclear.
He had some Boone's Farm in his coat coat pocket.
I've drank some Boone's Farm and some Mad Dog in my day.
And
I probably have seen the Frogman myself.
He had a Tampax Pearl soaked in Mad Dog 2020 up his ass.
Yeah, but so I don't know whether that part of the story is correct. Whether or not
just that part. The rest is solid.
But if you think about this, you have to think about this time. This man he was well known in the community
as a drunk.
He didn't live here. He came through town, but he was well known. This was his normal stop.
I was gonna say, was he the guy from Andy Griffith that like had his own key to the jail when he got drunk?
No, but so he had a good reputation with the community, apparently.
No traveling salesman has a good fucking reputation.
Well, they have to if they want to get repeat business.
And also, how populated was Loveland in 1955?
I don't know. Probably small enough to where they would have known the traveling salesman.
I want to know what he's selling.
On a first-name basis. I don't know.
55.
Probably, I don't know. Timeshares to Florida.
Nuclear bunkers.
I don't know. But you would think a man, it is reported
prefabricated,
that after this story, he changed his route and never came back.
Prefabricated crosses for burning.
I don't think that went on in Loveland. That was a little further south.
No.
Now, there are more credible encounters with the Loveland Frogman.
No, there's not. You're full of shit.
Sure there is. Actually, there is. March 3rd of 1972, on two separate occasions, these creatures were spotted by police officers.
How drunk were they?
First encounter happened around 1 a.m. Officer Ray Shockey was driving near the Little Miami River alongside Riverside Road, which is, I didn't mention that. Riverside Road is the same road as the 1955
That
site.
actually makes it less credible to me.
What, that they were cops?
No, that it was the same place, the same road.
Well, yeah, this road, Riverside, runs along the river.
You don't say?
Yes, hence the name Riverside, jackwagon.
Yeah, no, I was being facetious.
You racist bastard.
Like, welcome to the Gobi Desert. I live on Riverside Road right over there. Welcome to the
Sandy Way?
Yeah, welcome to the Sahara. I live right over there on Beachfront Avenue.
Anyway, where was that? He saw what he initially thought was a large dog lying on the side of the road.
The fuck?
As he slowed down to get a closer look, the creature suddenly stood up on its hind legs, revealing a bipedal humanoid figure about 3 to 4 feet tall with leathery frog-like skin and a frog-like face, so a flatter head.
I don't know if I would describe frog skin as leathery. I've caught many a frog.
Are you going to... I didn't pick apart your God-forsaken idea of D.B. Cooper being Bigfoot.
Yeah, but that's apples and oranges. You're talking about the Frogman. I was talking about cold, hard facts.
Yes, Bigfoot and D.B. Cooper.
Wikipedia has never lied to me.
Officer Shockey returned to the station and reported his encounter.
Jeremy Shockey's brother.
That was kind of stupid. A few nights later, another officer, Mark Matthews, investigated the area out of curiosity. Said, let's go see what Shockey saw. Matthews had his own encounter with the creature. He saw a similar feature lying on the side of the road in the same area. When he approached, the creature got up, stared directly at him, and made a strange crouching movement and hopped off.
Dude, this is just a crackhead.
Years later, Officer Matthews retracted his original story, claiming that the creature he saw was just an unusually large iguana that had lost its tail, which could have made it appear strange and unrecognizable at night.
Iguana?
But do iguanas stand up on their hind legs?
I'm sure they can. I would go, if you were going to go with the hind leg defense, I would go with more of a basilisk lizard, a.k.a. a Jesus lizard, the ones that run on water.
That's so, I mean,
or what do they call them? The veiled lizard or whatever from Australia. They run on their hind. Like, there are lizards that run on their hind legs, but they're not fucking big. They're not 4 feet tall.
Yeah, I don't know. But
you got fucking Komodo dragons out here running a 4'4".
Little Bo Jackson lizard. But here's the thing. I will always give police officers a little bit more leeway when it comes to this type of stuff because they are trained observers.
I want to know if they gave them a fucking DUI test after this. Do they field sobriety, these motherfuckers?
No.
Because this sounds like it's a crackhead. It's Old Greg. Have you ever seen Old Greg?
No.
Oh, you're a disappointment to all of us.
I am.
Old Greg, the scaly manfish?
No.
He's got a mangina.
All right. We're moving on. There has been more recent sightings of the Loveland Frogman.
Of course there has.
In August of 2016, a local couple, Sam Jacobs and his girlfriend, were playing Pokemon Go near Lake Isabella. Now, I used to fish at Lake Isabella all the time. I had never seen the Frogman, but the Little Miami River is right there too. So, but this is basically a Hamilton County park.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to fish there all the time. Now, I was there in the morning. But as they walked by the lake in the evening, they saw what appeared to be a large frog-like creature standing on its hind legs. According to Jacobs, the creature was about 4 feet tall, standing upright like a human, and with leathery skin and an amphibian-like appearance. He quickly snapped a few photos and recorded a short video of the creature with his phone. In the footage, a dark, frog-like feature can be seen near the water before it slips back into the water and disappears. I'm going to call bullshit.
They were playing Pokemon Go. They just saw a fucking Polytoad.
Now, I did research this.
It's Greninja!
I did research this video because I was going to include it in this episode.
I know the video you're talking about.
But basically all it is, it's dark with 2 fucking orange eyes.
That are... I would venture to say you would have to call it a stretch to guarantee that they're even eyes.
It's 2 red dots. Looks like eye shine to me. It does look like eye shine to me. And it does
goddamn coyote.
It does look like there's water.
Wait, is this the Ohio River?
No, this is Lake Isabella.
Oh. As if it was the Ohio River, it was a fucking alligator.
Or it could be a shark.
Or a giant piranha.
Very possible.
It could be the hell toad.
Maybe. But I looked at this video and I said, I'm not including this because this shows nothing.
This is bullshit. I'll just show some orbs.
You can hear ribbit in the fucking god.
Oh, fuck off.
But you just can't see. You just eye shine. That's all it is. So I didn't include it. Go look at it yourself.
But it could be the hell. I think it's the hell toad.
Yeah.
Or the hell frog. You ever seen that thing?
No.
It's extinct.
Are we sure?
As far as we know, it's the biggest frog that ever lived. Like they said that the skull would have been about 2 feet across.
Now, I've been frog gigging in my day, and I've never come across the Loveland Frogman.
I've caught many a frog in my day. Never in
frog
Loveland.
gigged in Loveland, though, so you imagine that bit. You put that flashlight on that motherfucker, I scare the shit out of you. That'd be some good-ass frog legs, though.
Those aren't frog legs. That's fucking legs.
Big. Ooh, knocking shit over.
Could you imagine that? Ugh, God.
But
no way it tastes good.
Now, this, I'm going to say...
This is bullshit.
They probably saw something. But I
doubt it was a 4-foot frog. Like I said, they were playing Pokemon Go. They saw a Polytoad.
I mean, you even go back to 55 and in 70, what would I say, 72?
Some shit like that.
I mean, I'd almost go more alien. This was an ET encounter.
A reptilian, perhaps?
Yes, maybe.
Even though a frog's an amphibian.
But this makes for a nice story, and
I'll tell you what it
gives
definitely...
Loveland something to be thankful for.
I'll tell you what it definitely warrant.
What?
A big-ass iguana.
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 I like saying that, iguana.
It definitely wasn't a fucking iguana.
Komodo dragon?
The only time I've ever seen a Komodo dragon on its hind legs was while they're fighting or trying to climb a tree.
Maybe that's
But they don't really. I don't think they climb trees when they get bigger. They climb them when they're babies. Because baby Komodo dragons are mostly arboreal for their own survival. Because larger Komodo dragons will be cannibalistic upon them.
Them bastards.
Same reason why most snakes in the Komodo Islands and surrounding areas are arboreal, vis-a-vis the Insularis viper.
Okay, let's get to the third cryptid that we're going to talk about, which I don't really think this is a cryptid, and I think we are going to do a full episode on this one at some point.
Okay, Dan.
It's called the Flatwoods Monster, which is an alien-like cryptid that was spotted in the great, wonderful state of West by God, Virginia.
And it's also a dead nuts description of how I was trying to describe how the face of the Mongolian Death Worm looks.
No.
Flat wood.
Like the Loveland Frogman, I'm very familiar with this area of Flatwoods and Braxton County there in West Virginia.
Down there in the holler.
That's up there, actually. It's further north than we are.
Up there in the holler.
But I spent a lot of time in Braxton County and in Flatwoods. And it's right there. I did an episode on it. What's that?
Is this your uncle?
Oh, my uncle and my grandmother I almost went to college up there.
No, I'm saying, is the Flatwoods Monster your uncle?
No, it is not. It was before he was living further down south at this time.
Your Uncle Mervyn?
No. I almost went to college close by. I got recruited to play football there at a college there, and I said, no, I'm not going there. But I actually almost did.
Probably the size of a fucking junior high.
No, it was an NAIA school. But you know who the coach was, though?
Who?
Rich Rodriguez, former West Virginia coach and Michigan coach.
I thought you were going to say something cool.
Lou
Holtz was there for 1 year.
He recruited me to play there, and he was a prick. I wasn't going.
Yeah, you cockmonger.
Plus, it was an NAIA school, and fuck you. Actually, I think it was called Glenville State College. You know who did go there, though? I believe.
George W. Bush.
What's his name? Channing Tatum?
Really?
Yeah, he went there. He played football there.
Oh.
Just a little fun fact for you.
And then he blessed us with Step Up.
But the Flatwoods Monster only happened once. It's only one sighting back in 1952. This was like I said earlier, an alien-type cryptid. So I put this more under UFO, ET. But like I said, I think we're going to do a full episode on this because there's a lot to this, and I'm not going to dig that deep into it here because I wanted to get to these other stupid-ass shit.
You know who would dig deep into it?
What?
The Mongolian Death Worm.
Bigfoot's dick?
Mm-hmm. All he knows is deep.
But this is also known as the Braxton County Monster.
Original.
September 12th, 1952 was the date of the sighting. A group of young boys and their mother witnessed a creature after seeing a strange light or fireball in the sky. A lot of people think it was a meteor or a UFO. The boys and the mother...
Or an explosion at a fucking...
Meth lab?
Or a moonshine still.
That's true. The boys and their mother, Kathleen May, climbed a hill to investigate the lights and encountered a strange creature. Now, the physical appearance of this is what's funny. Described as 10 to 12 feet tall.
That was a big motherfucker.
Head shape was what appeared to be, it looked like the ace of spades.
Oh, this is already racist.
No. Could have just been Lemmy. Was Motorhead in town.
It's time to play the game.
But it was like almost like a hood.
Like oh my God, like the dude that's going viral all over the internet. Time to play the game.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that dude? No. It's a black dude, and like he covers songs, and like he just does this ridiculous vibrato all the time, and it is so good. He says, "Time to."
But you need to keep this in mind of more of an alien sighting. This almost appeared to be like a helmet. There's more of a structure. A hat, if you will.
It was Mary's brother.
Maybe. Don't start. Your boys did an episode on this, and I'm a little pissed off at them.
What?
Your boys that you like to listen to.
Oh. Have you seen my baseball?
What?
Mary's brother. From Something About Mary.
No. I've never watched that show.
You've never seen Something About Mary?
I'm not a big Ben Stiller fan.
Cameron Diaz puts jizz in her hair. What's not to love?
I've seen that. It's
great. She has a bless your heart brother, and he has an obsession with a baseball. Have you seen my baseball?
But your boys with their podcast that you like, not the three guys. They cover,
I haven't listened to them in months.
They cover this, and they were fucking ragging on West Virginia.
Well,
don't start. I mean, have you fuckers not been to Eastern Ohio? Same.
You mean West Virginia?
No. On this side of the fucking river, fucks.
East Ohio is West Virginia.
It's the same. Have you ever been to Indiana? You get outside the cities, it's pretty fucked. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm just saying.
So it's just not West Virginia. And I got in an argument with somebody about this. They were saying the same thing about the West Virginian and their relative loving, if you will.
Yeah.
And I found a map, and it had it was color-coded of all the states that was legal or illegal or partially legal to marry your cousin.
Yeah.
And West Virginia is one of the ones that is illegal.
That doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
I mean, Indiana, it is legal.
Ohio,
I think it's legal under certain circumstances.
I'm just saying.
I will pull this map up and just hand it out to all you fucks.
All I'm saying is if the shoe fits, you fuck your cousin.
But I'm just saying, every state you get outside the city is a little sketchy. But Ohio University, have you ever been to Ohio University?
Yeah.
You get out that way, there's nothing but hill people.
Don't leave the campus.
Seriously. What's that tunnel? I've investigated it.
Don't leave the campus. They'll
There's
spread
a fucking tunnel. Oh,
they'll spread your sphincter out like an Italian man making a pizza crust.
I'm dumb. I can't think of the name of the tunnel. There's videos of it.
The tunnel in Ohio.
It's a railroad tunnel. I want to say Screaming Tunnel, but that's Screaming Bridge. I have a video. I have to go back. I've investigated, and there's videos on the channel about it.
The tunnel. It will be aptly named the tunnel.
Which I think and at one of these tunnels, I had my first what I thought could have been a Bigfoot sighting. Not sighting.
First?
Audible. The one time. There was some weird noises.
Was it a whoop?
Kind of, but this was during the day. We were there during the day. It was kind of weird. I was like, what the fuck? You heard
that was just meth heads banging in the woods.
And you heard rustling, like basically Expedition Bigfoot or what's it? Finding Bigfoot. You know how you hear
any of the Bigfoot documentaries?
You hear twigs snap.
Yeah.
You could hear that, and you could tell it was fucking heavy, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you heard whoop, whoop. I'm like, fuck this. I said, boys, I'm out.
I'm about to get fucked by Bigfoot.
The bad thing is, it had about a mile fucking walk back to the car.
So you're just tight cheeking it the whole way there.
Yeah, I didn't want Bigfoot's dick.
I didn't want. Say, come on, big boy, I'll snap that fucker off.
But I can't even think of the name of the tunnels. They're fucking.
Where is it? I'll look it up while you talk. Oh. Fuck me in the ass.
Oh fuck.
Bigfoot.
Just scroll our page. Go down to investigations.
Let's see. I bet you I can do it quicker. Haunted Tunnel, Ohio. Let's see. Moonville.
That might be it. That's it.
In MacArthur.
No, Moonville Tunnel. Yeah, that's it.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
The interwebs is an amazing thing. Oh, shit. There's a Bigfoot stick.
Bigfoot stick. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the...
Save for later.
the Flatwoods monster. Described as 10-11...
That's what I call my dick. The Flatwoods monster.
10 to 12 feet tall. Like I said, the head shape...
Hey, babe, I'm going to give you the Flatwoods monster tonight. There's going to be so much friction. What?
Nothing.
Let's rub flat spots.
The Ace of Spades helmet this guy was wearing, or this creature was wearing. Eyes large, glowing eyes like a typical fucking Mothman type situation. Had long clawed hands extending from both arms.
Could this be a Bigfoot in a conquistador helmet?
Maybe. Reported as green with metallic or armor-like material, possibly robotic or alien. Now, the lower body...
It's goddamn conquistador ghost.
Maybe.
The helmet, it all fits.
The lower body is where it gets interesting. It appeared to be, according to the witnesses...
It's Parco Molo.
...have been wearing a long metallic-type skirt, and it appeared to be floating.
This motherfucker's fierce.
So it was a transgender alien. Or from Scotland, one of the two.
It was just a little role play.
It did appear to levitate.
It was a big show in sequence.
It hovered rather than walked, emitting a strange hiss or hissing sound. Did witnesses report...
No, it was just farting.
Witnesses report a foul odor or mist or fog surrounding the creature.
It's a farting conquistador, dude. I'm telling you.
The creature emitted a frightful scream, which prompted the witnesses to flee. Now, what could this have been? Now,
A farting conquistador.
This even drew the attention of Project Blue Book. They investigated this.
See, now we can put some credence to it, because as we all know.
And I believe the tie-in with the Mothman is, what was that? Endred Cole played a role in this, I believe.
The man who didn't
alien,
exist.
Alien that did or did not exist.
Injured.
Some believe that the creature was an alien or an alien robot sent to scout out Earth. Possible.
Ignore me!
I believe Blue Book said this was the typical theory.
It's fucking hot in here.
What?
I'm getting all hot and bothered talking about ghost conquistadors and Bigfoot dicks.
But I believe Blue Book said this. They said it was a misidentified owl.
That's a very common thing.
And I believe that's what the same thing they said about the Mothman. And this this predates the Mothman. Maybe it was just the Mothman. Who fucking knows? Some people believe it was military testing. Of course, I'm not really aware of...
Gregory said, too bad about the Bengals. They're terrible. He's only barely a Bengals fan.
Well, you can't win them all.
I mean, the Cowboys aren't doing so hot either. Still going to support them, though.
But I can't think of much. I know the FBI has a training facility in West Virginia, but I'm not sure about military. I don't see...
I'm sure there's something out there. I don't know if there's...
If anybody knows, there might be a hidden or a secret base somewhere around there.
Or there's just like a fucking... Like, I mean, there's probably something military there that they're going to fucking attach it to.
Probably.
Even if it's just like the spot down, like on the way to the gym, that's just basically like a vehicle storage fucking yard.
This event did...
Like and share.
This
never works when I say it.
This event did attract media attention, both local and national. Like I said, it was investigated by authorities. Project Blue Book did take a look at this. Eyewitness testimonies stood by their accounts, although no photographic evidence was ever taken.
No.
Now, there was some trace evidence of at least something happening here, something landing or hitting. Like I did mention earlier, possible meteor strike. There was claims of burnt vegetation and broken trees, limbs above something that flew and hit, something crashed, maybe Roswell.
Or, like I said earlier, a fucking whiskey still blew up and launched the fucking...
That would have blew up. You would have had burn marks on the bottom of the trees, not broken tops of the trees.
Not if it fucking launched the kettle up in the air.
That launches straight up and comes straight down.
Make my point less valid than all these people's.
No, like I said, it could be more of a meteor strike.
I'm looking forward to this next one.
But like I said, I think we're going to go dive deep into this bitch.
The next one?
No, the Flatwoods monster. I think we're going to go deep into it and really.
AKA my dick, the Flatwood monster.
You wish. Now let's get to the most absurd fucking forsaking
the best name
cryptid that I've ever heard, and leave it to come out of the fucking state of Indiana. The Indiana Mud Mermaid is a half-human, half-fish creature with slimy, mud-covered skin.
Like Ariel that's in the anal.
Nice. Elongated limbs and fingers, sharp teeth, and in ragged fangs. Ragged fins and scales. Accordingly, it will attack people who venture too close or attempt to catch it.
So it's literally just a mermaid that fits in Indiana. It's a meth head mermaid.
Probably. The mud mermaid appears territorial creatures is a territorial creature, if I could fucking read. It emerges from the mud of the Ohio River, displaying aggressive and warning behavior. Naturally, it's a nocturnal creature lurking in the shadows of muddy water and vanishing at dawn. So it's also could be a vampire.
No, this is yet another fucking crackhead that fell into the river.
Now, there was a sighting, but I'm going to talk about a sighting, but these sightings have been going back since the 1800s near the town of Vevey, Indiana. Is more often where you see it. That's a small town off of, I believe, the Ohio River. The sightings have been reported by the Ohio News. One sighting was reported by the Ohio newspaper.
Man,
two fishermen, Amos Dury and Jacob Hess,
Amos Dury,
had taken their small boat out on the Ohio River to do some fishing. They neared a bend in the river known for shallow, stagnant pools. The men began to use their usual sounds. Here began to notice unusual. God,
are you having another stroke currently?
No, I was busy thinking about something else.
Bigfoot's dick.
Bigfoot's dick.
Bigfoot's dick and the Mud Mermaid.
They began to hear guttural noises like grunts and gasps echoing off the riverbank. The smell that followed was said to be horrific.
It's a It's just a fucking meth head having butt sex in the river.
They said the smell was like death, decay, rotten fish, all combined.
Meth head having butt sex in the river.
A creature emerged, partially standing in the shallow water before dropping to all fours. The mud mermaid moved swiftly, skimming just below the water surface towards the boat.
Move swiftly, swimming.
Are you done?
You're the one having a stroke.
I'm not having a stroke. The mermaid reached the boat side. It reared up slightly, letting out a chilling shriek, the echo over the water that sent chills through the men. They panicked, and Drury and Hess abandoned their catch, rowed as fast as they could away.
No. I got nothing.
Of course it's no. This is complete bullshit. These guys were fucking drunk out of their mind, or they're cheating on their wives.
This is somebody showed Ariel that whole
I'm
new
not
world.
having a stroke. I'm done.
Jeez. Oh wait, that was Aladdin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
this is just Ariel adventuring in her little treasure trove cubby hole. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think her collection's complete? And she's just getting butt stuff.
No, the Flatwoods monster is not a PA. You might have a Flatwoods monster, but Flatwoods monster we were talking about was in Braxton County, West Virginia, near the what was the name of that?
River Turner.
That asylum in West Virginia that's haunted. Oh fuck, I didn't.
All of them.
No, I even did an episode on that too. I interviewed a psychic that went there.
I was gonna say, just list them and we'll just go yes.
I can't think. I'd have to look.
Trans-Allegheny.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, but like I said, we're going to do a full episode on the Flatwoods monster because it is very detailed for a UFO type situation. That's not cryptid. That's a UFO, and it's only appeared once.
So, rundown. We talked about Bigfoot's dick.
Bigfoot's dick
in Mongolia. We talked about an iguana in Loveland. We talked about my dick in West Virginia. And then we talked about the mermaid. I really wish there was more on the mermaid.
No, that's the thing. These are all fucking. Most of these are urban legends. Now, the Flatwoods monster was actually investigated by, like I said, Project Blue Book.
And I wish there was more, like, just the name alone, the Mud Mermaid. I don't fucking Bill Bob seen the fucking Mud Mermaid down there. He almost didn't make it out. He's down there shooting them flying corpses and shit.
But the Frogman of Loveland, fucking urban legend.
Or an alien.
Nah, I wouldn't even go there. I'd just go drunk salesman.
It's 100% not a fucking iguana.
Mongolian Death Worm, bullshit.
Bigfoot's dick.
But it's all... We're talking about tribes, and they're so full of shit. Let's be honest.
Or they're not.
They're urban legends. That's all they are.
Well, or they're not, and it's just not around anymore.
They watch too much fucking Star Wars.
I don't think they watch anything in rural Mongolia. I think they just watch horses fuck.
Which is
Have you seen a Mongolian horse?
How are they different from a regular horse?
They're like more compact and muscular. They're like if it's kind of like, I don't know, if you took like the same muscle mass of a traditional horse and then made it kind of smaller, you would get a Mongolian horse. They're like just little like powerhouses, kind of like zebras.
That's
but
cool.
Less monochromatic. But yeah, I could see like the death worm. I could see like it being a thing at some point in history, and it's just been passed down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you had me until venom, acid, electrical charge.
Well, because I think the biggest, what would it be? I don't even know what it would be, but like there was a, what do they call it? Oh, god damn it. Any other time I would actually be able to rattle off the scientific name like a fucking nerd. But there was like a fucking like 12-foot long centipede type thing in the history of the world. Which would kind of fall in that category to an extent.
Right. I mean, it's...
Anomalocaris?
But all of
Is that what it was?
All of these fucking...
I have to look it up.
What, the Amazon, the giant anacondas, it's all...
I believe in that.
Myths and legends.
I believe in that.
But it's plausible.
No, Anomalocaris was a cephalopod.
And what did you...
Or arthropod.
What was that, miniature Bigfoot in? What is that? On that island. Not miniature, but the small people.
The pygmies?
The furry ones that they say lived back.
Oh, god damn it. Not Neanderthal, not Cro-Magnon.
Lived during the same time.
Yeah, fuck.
I think, was listening to Rogan? Might have been when he had AAA on. Apparently there are scientists that are saying it is very plausible that those are still around. They're still there. I'm going to have to research that.
Oh, god damn it. Hold on. What the fuck were they called? Flores Man?
Yeah, Florengia is something.
Oh, Homo florensis.
Yes, I believe that's what they were referring to.
Nerd win.
Yes.
I was wrong, though. The Anomalocaris was not the giant centipede from the fossil record. The Anomalocaris was an arthropod. It was aquatic.
We're going to take your word for that.
I want to just do a dinosaurs episode. Just talk about how fucking nuts they are.
That's if they even existed.
They definitely did.
I don't know.
I was just having the conversation about the biggest flying animal of all time that they know of and how it got its name Quetzalcoatlus after the winged dragon serpent god Quetzalcoatl from Native American or from Mayan history. I was like, it's all cyclical. Quetzalcoatl was Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan was the first emperor of China. The first emperor of China was the one and only Thoth, the god of possibly all things, the teacher of Jesus himself.
That's probably a stretch. Of course.
It's the only thing I'd be stretching these days.
Ethiopia has the... we might look into that.
Blue-eyed black people?
No.
They do.
I'm sure they do.
They do. Have you never seen that?
The Ark of the Covenant.
Oh. But have you never seen that, though? Like, there's parts of Ethiopia where, like, they'll be dark-skinned black people, but they'll have, like, blue and green eyes.
I've seen that.
But it's, like, tribal. Like, or I don't want to say tribal, but it's, like, these certain areas will have, like ice blue eyes and shit. It's crazy.
I like the
And a lot of people say that they're the descendants of, like, Anunnaki or Atlanteans and shit.
Yeah, but apparently those monks there in Ethiopia have the...
There's monks in Ethiopia?
Yeah. Or priest or whatever they're called. I think
they're called pirates.
No, they're monks. There's a very religious.
Gotta have something. They need to pray for some fucking crops.
But they apparently have. They say they have the Ark, and apparently
Arthur Plura.
Apparently, they have died of and one person guards it. And apparently they die of radiation poisoning, which there's those
just
people,
like Indiana Jones.
There's those people that believe the Ark was actually
a spaceship,
a power source with nuclear capability. You know, it was a nuclear power source.
The one that they used at the pyramids, perhaps.
Maybe. I don't know, but
got a lot of rabbit holes to dive down.
They won't let you see it.
That's what she said.
Apparently, so we don't know. But I've heard that several times. That
you can't see it.
No, that this temple says they have the Ark of the Covenant. Now you find the Holy Grail, then we're talking.
What if it's just like a fucking just an item that somebody carved the words Ark of the Covenant into, and they're like, "Told you." Never said it was something special, but we said we had it. It's just like a mediocre dick.
I did hear. I was watching your boys' podcast, the Danny Jones podcast.
I do like some Danny Jones,
and it had that religious guy on it, but it's saying Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the guy that studied the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to that.
Said that whole thing was based on a set of writing that was basically just a forgery.
Yeah. Well, there's also the thing, like, everybody got all up in arms about it. I'm like, it's a fucking book. It's a work of fiction. Like, I remember I saw that in theaters. They were fucking religious people protesting the Da Vinci Code.
But there are those people that really do believe that that's what the Holy Grail actually is. It's not a cup, it's the bloodline, which is probably bullshit. But because there's so much, when it comes to the Bible, there's so much left out of the Jesus story.
Yeah. Especially all the stuff that happened before he was alive. I
was referring to his childhood. Not a lot.
And then his complete lack of like a 15-year period.
Right. And then
where he was in China learning Eastern medicine to come back and heal his people.
And Egypt.
From Thoth.
And his relationship with Mary Magdalene. I don't know. I don't know if he was tapping that ass or not.
Or if she was a hooker.
I don't know.
Or if he was doing dirty things with that boy in the garden when he was seized.
I don't know. I know he turned over, got pissed off some gamblers, the people, the early banks. I know he may turn water into wine, which is a cool party trick. I'd like to be able to do that. Save a lot of money at the bar.
I don't know about wine. I feel like wine. I don't like wine now. I bet it tastes like shit 2,000 years ago.
Walked on water, which I also have heard that was just mistranslated.
Hey,
But who knows what to believe? Then I've also heard
that was just him making the wine.
Yeah.
Because if he turns water into wine, they're the same thing, and he was just stepping on grapes to make wine.
Probably, but I don't know. Don't really know and don't really give a rat's ass. Okay, I think
Mary Magdalene was not a prostitute. They were all prostitutes back then.
all women are hookers. Just joking, love you. They charge you for it one way or the other.
A horrible way to look at life.
Oh, I'm joking.
You're
Take
such a
it up.
lonely, lonely man.
I'm just joking. Take a joke, people.
At
least I didn't
next
say.
year.
At least I didn't say Puerto Rico was garbage.
Hashtag Tony. Kill Tony. A lot of fucking heat going that way anyway.
That's all right.
From his comedians and shit. But that's just interesting YouTube videos. Much like this is an interesting YouTube video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Make sure you shove us down your friends' throats. Don't do that. And leave us a fucking review. Or don't. Preferably a good one. And if it's going to be a bad one, make it funny.
Sure. I don't care either. Don't make it funny. Don't even fucking subscribe. Fuck off. All of you.
No, do.
No, don't. I don't care.
I do.
I want to start losing subscribers. I want to get it down to one.
That mission's been accomplished for the last year.
All right. We're going to get out of here. We will be back next week. Travis will cover something. I don't know what, and he doesn't know what.
It won't be Bigfoot's dick.
Maybe. It might be true crime. It might be utter nonsense.
Maybe it will be Bigfoot's dick. Just do a whole episode.
I don't fucking care.
There has to be legitimate people that have like put out theories on Bigfoot's dick.
Where's that one woman I read had an affair with Bigfoot?
Oh, there's a lot. You could do a whole episode of just Bigfoot erotica. It is disturbing.
I'd like to interview her and that woman that said she married a ghost and then got dumped by the ghost.
I know the one you're talking about. That would be interesting. I do know the one you're talking about.
I mean, that's pretty bad. How bad off are you if you get dumped by a fucking ghost?
You got ghosted.
Literally. We're out. We're leaving on that note. See ya, fuckers.
Yeah, fucking leave on a high point. That's what I'm talking about right there.
I can't get it over here. Stop.
That's what you said.
Stop recording. Did I stop recording? I think I stopped recording.
No, you didn't. You stopped recording. You didn't stop streaming.
Oh, shit. Stop streaming. There we go.